Don't touch me. Hey guys, and welcome to GT Not Live, where we've theorized about Markiplier, we've killed Markiplier, now it's time to save Markiplier. That's right, earlier this week, In Space With Markiplier Part 2 came out, and I'm in it. I should be, unless I was completely cut from production. I should be in it, and I should be in it in a larger way than I was in Part 1. Now that it's out, I can actually say that. I didn't want to reveal too much before, but I know what I filmed. I'm excited to see how it turned out. In fact, some of the editing team was involved in some of this too. So there's a couple chunks that we did for In Space With Markiplier Part 2, I guess, where we're hidden inside of it. And so that's what I want to play through today. I played through. It's a game, right? This qualifies as a game, right, Matt?
If you make choices. It's
right?
it's like in the same way that like visual novels are games.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You
like
choose
Doki
like
Doki.
dialogue trees. It's all branching dialogue trees, right?
Yeah.
So this qualifies as a game.
It's when you do Markiplier episodes, are they on game theory or film theory?
They are on game theory.
Well, there you go.
But that's also because he is a gamer. Like,
Yeah.
we just... Spoiler alert. Sometimes it's a little bit nebulous about where certain theories should fit into the old channel lineup, you know?
Yeah.
So, for instance, at this point, most FNAF theories should be under book theory, which is a channel that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So...
Not yet. Sorry, I'm giving them fodder. I'm giving them fodder.
You are so bad. You are so bad. How many times have I had to dismiss the fact that book theory is literally just film theory with a different wrapper? And game theory, because guess what? All of media, is basically like, oh, books are just a additive to some form. Like, we'll make it a book is either written to become a movie or a game is written to become a book as just an additional merchandisable thing.
Yeah.
At this point, books are just an extension of whatever IP you're creating.
I read books.
As an extension. And then you watch... you don't watch the movie at that point, but you could if you wanted.
I feel like... No, let's start the video where...
You just don't want to witty banter with me at all today.
I do, it's just like...
You want no wit, no banter.
This feels like a wormhole, and I know...
Oh, wormhole!
Exactly. I know how long this is gonna be, and I know that we're on a schedule today.
Wow, crack it down, man. How long is this?
I don't know. There's like 3.
You just said you didn't know, though. So you just lied to me, and I don't care if you lied. Actually, I do kind of care if you lied. Please don't lie to me. Yeah. But you lied to them.
No,
more importantly,
I don't know exactly how long. I know that there are like 300,000 branching paths. I know that you're a bit of a completionist.
Oh, we're not gonna. We're gonna find me. Mm-hmm. We're gonna get an ending, and we'll be great.
You say that, but we spent 3 hours in the hole in Stanley Parable the other day. So,
but that was different. That was the hole, man. And you and I were vibing with the hole.
That's true.
We were all about that hole. We were vibing. It was great. That was a great moment. That video will not be out
No, they
yet.
won't have seen.
Just wait. When you see Part 2, it's Part 2, right?
Yeah.
Part 2 of the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe episode come up. Part 1, watch.
Yeah.
Part 2,
Tune in.
absolute watch. Part 1 is fine. It's good. It's a fun game. It's re-catching us up with Stanley Parable, and we start to discover some of the new content. It really paves the way for Part 2, though. Part 2, man, is a banger. Mm-hmm. If you have ever wanted to see two people enjoy a hole for a very long time, for an awkwardly long amount of time.
They're gonna take this out of context and it's gonna be bad.
Will it be bad? Or will it be glorious? It'll finally have achieved its final form.
A glorious hole.
See, Matt, it didn't have to go there, and then you took it there. See, you're just inviting it in. I at least offer up things to the imagination, but you're like, all right.
I don't know. lobbed it up. I spiked it
No,
in.
it's good.
Yeah.
We'd make a good volleyball duo.
Totally.
Beach volleyball, here we come. Did you know that in California, the place where our office was like the home base, the founding area of where beach volleyball really got its start?
Really?
Yep.
I really like beach volleyball.
It's great.
It's a really fun sport.
It's super exhausting too.
Yeah.
Because sand is a fickle mistress.
That's true.
You know, nothing like playing a sport when the ground is actively fighting against you.
But you can dive, and that's the fun part.
That is the fun. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It is simultaneously your worst enemy and your best friend.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you're just playing volleyball, which in and of itself, fine sport.
Yeah.
You know, not particularly exemplary. But when all of a sudden it's like, now the ground is sucking you down. It's like, oh, geez. Oh, let me heave my body over here. But to your point, you could dive, which is awesome.
Yeah. Whenever I meet somebody that enjoys running on the beach, I hide. That's not a person I want to be involved with.
No, especially if you're moderately afraid of them, because they will be really fast.
Yeah, really.
You give them some solid ground.
You put them on
they're like
land.
a cheetah. Yeah. Like they're like, oh wait, there's friction on this surface.
It's like how alligators are fast in the water.
Yeah,
It's the opposite.
it is.
Yeah.
Same principle though. More sports. Well, let's save Markiplier in a second. Last thought.
Yeah.
More sports should attempt being played in the sand.
You think so?
Football. What if NFL professional level football was in the sand?
Beach football is a thing.
Well,
I guess not
officially. I'm
professionally.
talking about the NFL.
Yeah.
Goodell or whatever the main guy's name is.
They just fill the stadium with sand.
Yeah. Then all those head injuries that they would be significantly less because everyone's like, oh, you know, the 300-pound linebacker's like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. It would actually, you know, if sports theory were to ever become a reality, making, you know, referencing channels that may or may not ever exist, if sports theory were to ever become a thing, that idea of like, how would playing football on a beach affect the actual physicality of the players playing the game?
Ooh.
That would be really interesting.
Like how would they look different?
Yeah, 100%. Because football, you want, especially like the defensive linemen, the linebackers, who are literally their job is to run like a truck head first at each other. That is the sport, friends. Yeah, you got like a couple of like, I catch the ball, I throw the ball. Yeah. No, but for the most part, it's boom,
just
slamming.
big dudes running at each other.
Literal cars of human beings running as fast as they can into each other.
Yeah.
But if you're on a beach and you're really heavy, you know, is that sucking you down? Like, how is that affecting your ability to move in the sand? Like, are you able to get traction there? Do lighter, more maneuverable players suddenly are they more able to stay on top of the sand better? Does the game suddenly become much more pass oriented because running suddenly becomes much less viable as an option? It's much more difficult to execute an effective running play.
Yeah.
I think like for as jokey as it is, like, well, if they played baseball in the sand, and they do, right? Like, you can play any sport in the sand, but from an official capacity, how would that affect the actual mechanics and the visuals of that game? It'd be interesting.
I have a question.
Yes.
In official beach football,
yes,
are there shoes?
Again, great question. There are shoes in beach volleyball, aren't there? Like, if you look at the Olympics.
I don't know.
Here.
Yeah, look it up.
Here, pull it up real quick. We're gonna look up just a short clip. Not any. We're not gonna play it though, because if we play it, we'll get claimed by like the Olympics committee or whatever.
Yeah, they're gonna get mad.
Yeah, Olympic beach. I'm not seeing shoes. Oh yeah, no shoes. No shoes.
Yeah, no barefoot.
Yeah, barefoot. Okay.
Well, so then is there an advantage to wide-footed like
literal people with literal paddles as their feet? Boom.
Yeah.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
It's like how like when you're tall, people are like, "Do you play basketball?" It's like if you have crazy wide feet, it's like, "Oh, you must play beach
either that
football."
or a swimmer. You know, like paddle. If you have wide paddle feet, you're a swimmer. Swimmer in beach volleyball. You're basically accustomed to anything in and around the vicinity of the coastline.
Yeah.
All right, let's save Markiplier, huh?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, let's do that. This is interesting. I like this. This is a good conversation.
I'm having fun.
This is delightful. All right, In Space with Markiplier, part dos. Here we go. So when last we left things off, a suspicious grandma character was asking us if we knew who we were. That led us into our weekend theory, where we were like, yes, we do know who we are. We even know who you are, Doreen, a.k.a. Celsi, a.k.a. Celine from original Who Killed Markiplier. So let's do this. We think that we might be playing as Darkiplier the whole time, so let's see if we're right. Okay. So we're rebooting. This is where the last one left off. The universe was being rebooted. Hold up. Already we're on theorizable material here. Okay. This is fascinating. So we're running. Okay, so we got Markiplier Digital Heist in Space Limited. That's interesting. Digital Heist in Space. So it's fusing heist and space together. So it's connecting those two universes in a much more explicit way. Universe loaded. Galactic mod extension. Okay, detecting the Invincible 2. That's our ship. Detecting the status of the captain and found us. Free choice protocols loaded. Okay, so we do, again, we have free choice here. 3 eyes as the logo for Markiplier. Why?
It says Applier Industries Inc. after 2022.
Oh, Applier Industries Inc. I. Good one. Yep, that's it. That's good. I was just trying to think if there was a world where it's like Darkiplier, Wharf Stash, Mark. You know, like 3 marks, but you're totally right. That's I. The fact that we're running on a Wharf Stash computer system, the OS, the fact that he is the one in charge of this or has created whatever simulation this is, whatever computerized simulation this is, that's odd. I don't know if that is, you know, like all of this is created within a computerized environment, but the frame, and I didn't even think about this at the end of Who Killed, or not the end of Who Killed, of In Space Part 1, the fact that it was ending with a like universe reboot loading screen implies that the universe is somehow built inside of a computer. It's very unusual. So it's interesting to note that Wharfstash is the one in control of this world, or has at least built the framework. I guess that's the better way of putting it. Has built the framework upon which this universe exists. That's really interesting. Okay, so here, universe type Saddle Taurus. I believe that's just like a shape of a galaxy. I know that galaxies have different shapes, like spiral galaxies and stuff. So a saddle, I believe, is one of those ones that kind of looks like an ellipsis or a hyperbole, if I remember right. Hyperbola, not hyperbole. Cached galaxies, 1.78 trillion, 85%. Okay. Loose ends, completed ends, time loops. We can go infinitely. Free will is an illusion. So it's interesting. This whole, all of these multi-choice, choose your own adventure games that Markiplier's created have had this idea of like, there's a lot of endings. In Space Part 1, though, what it amounted to was you were kind of funneled into a subset of only a handful of endings, which is interesting. And you have this idea of like, is free choice actually a thing or is it not? And all of a sudden, this idea, the format of Date with Markiplier, Who Killed wasn't a choice. Date with Markiplier, Heist with Markiplier, multi-branching pathways are suddenly being narrowed down into like, do you actually have as much free choice as you thought? Is choice real or is it an illusion? And here, it seems like a variable at play is free will is an illusion. So you are destined to get to a specific ending here, which I think is really interesting. Last autosave. Oh, so this is, I believe, the date that In Space Part 1 was listed.
Do you know?
Uploaded. Yeah.
Do you know about the bicameral mind?
What about it?
Just like in general, what it is?
I'm assuming that it's the fact that, you know, you have left and right brain stuff. What do you know something that I don't?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. To me,
well, because I've heard of the theory of the bicameral mind about like the way that consciousness was developed. So from what I understand, like it's the idea that human consciousness originated as like sort of a God presence or a voice in the mind.
Oh, this theory. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Here, please explain.
Oh, Wikipedia can do a much better job.
Okay.
Of explaining.
Yeah. So I do remember this from my psychology days. Okay. The human mind once operated in a state where cognitive functions were divided between one part of the brain which appears to be speaking and the second part which listens and obeys, which is interesting. So you have kind of one that is driving things forward and one who is just kind of like present and gathering everything, right? In an interesting way, here's our next FNAF theory, is Golden Freddy the embodiment of the bicameral mind? You know, where you have Cassidy as the vengeful spirit who is hidden in the background or has historically been hidden in the background, and there's like, you know, Evan as the crying child in the forefront, the one operating things. That's actually the way the books work in Fazbear Frights, right? Where you have the character Jake, who is the one who's kind of operating and controlling the Stitch Wraith. He's the one who's kind of forward-facing, he's able to see. And then you have Andrew? Jake and Andrew, right? Andrew, who is kind of buried down deep and is obviously present and is listening and is absorbing a lot of this stuff, but is not able to act in its environment. It is there present, but it's kind of buried underneath whatever the top half is. That's really interesting. Made a case that bicameral mentality, it's the normal and ubiquitous state of the human mind as recently as 3,000 years ago. The two-chambered mind experiences memories on the right hemisphere of the brain and are transmitted to the left via auditory hallucinations. Oh, weird. Yeah, this is what I was thinking. So, like, obviously, there's a lot of talk around the lateralization of the brain, right? Where right brain is really good at some things, left brain is really good at other things, and you have them communicate through the corpus callosum, which is basically like the connective threads between the two halves of the brain, right? And when you slice it in half, because there's been, not experimentally done, but like in treatment for certain mental disorders or abnormal psychological functioning, they will slice the brain and separate the two halves. They'll slice that corpus callosum, and you get this there's a lot of really fascinating studies about individual hemispheres of the brain acting independently of each other and what functionality you lose when the two halves of the brain can't communicate with each other. That research is endlessly fascinating. If you are at all interested in how the human brain works, it is probably some of the most insightful experiments that have been done, insightful like research that's been done into how the brain communicates with itself and why having the two hemispheres bounce back and forth is so important, and why there's this idea of lateralization of like one side is really good at processing words and understanding the visuals of those words, whereas the other one understands the cognitive meaning of words but doesn't understand the visuals of the words, right? And so you really need this crosstalk between the two halves of the brain to make it function perfectly here. So this idea that, you know, it's been broken up is really, really fascinating.
The bit that always stood out to me is
Yeah.
that paragraph down there.
Yeah.
According to Jane's Ancient People, because he talks about like, I mean, you can read it.
No, read it, please, man. If you could warm up your diaphragm. Oh!
According to Jane's Ancient People in the bicameral state of mind would have experienced the world in a manner that has similarities to that of a person with schizophrenia. Rather than making conscious evaluations in novel or unexpected situations, the person would hallucinate a voice or God giving admonitory advice or commandments and obey without question. So, like, that was always the bit that was fascinating. I've read this book because I am a nerd.
No, great. Good for you. Good for you reading. The only
Thank
books
you.
I read are Fazbear Frights. I feel like your books might be more valuable at this point. To be fair, I did do my time in college learning some of this stuff,
you
but
have a degree in psychology, which is, you've read way more brain books than I have.
I've read a lot of brain books, yeah. No, but please.
But it's the idea that like religion fundamentally began as this split brain.
Yeah.
And people interpreting their own inner monologue as the voice of God rather than their own like free will, more or less.
It's well, and the other thing that's really fascinating about all of this, right, is this is an early theory, and I think that there's a lot of good to be had here. You think about the evolutionary impact, and again, like how would evolution result in a split mind and it growing together and stuff? And if you think about it, like both halves are important to your survival, and so human beings or whatever evolving a like connective thread between these where, hey, I'm able to process this one thing and work independently. Hey, I'm able to process this other thing, work independently. But we are able to come together and communicate. That's why that's a survival mechanism that would be, naturally selected into human beings. Matt, I feel like a lot of the episodes that we've been filming are talking about like, very philosophical about the state of being and It's great. I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Very cool.
But again, we are 2 frames into this video.
Last thing though, it's it's weird too because there are certain. Well, yes, the different halves of the brain do different things. It's also like different chunks forward to back, which is also fascinating. Like where this theory, I think, ultimately struggles or kind of falls down, right, is if this is so much about the 2 lobes of the brain, the front lobe, the frontal lobe of both chunks, right, that's where all your higher level decision-making processing is happening. And since both of those kind of contribute to that, it's not as cleanly divided as like left-right brain, but it's also like forward to back, which is another layer of complication with how the brain functions. The brain is endlessly fascinating, and we know so little about it. It is nuts how dumb we are about our own brain.
Yeah.
Though I will say, when I was in college and was doing some of the testing that I was doing for the neuroscience stuff, I could tell that you were thinking something before you thought it, which was crazy.
What do you mean?
So basically, we would do a electrode cap over subjects' heads, and I could see when your brain thought of something before you yourself, because you would see it bounce between the different chunks of the brain before the patient subject could articulate it back to us.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so we would see, he saw, you present them with a visual stimulus or whatever. It's like, he saw it. And now it's bouncing here.
Yeah.
Like, he's processing it. And then like a couple, milliseconds later, then it was, then now they responded.
Yeah.
It's fascinating to
crazy.
see how that, we understand where things are being processed and how they're bouncing between and how these things are fusing together. But it's just, it's wild. It's a hard thing to study because it's very complicated.
Well, it's also like, what are the limitations of a brain studying its own brain?
Right. Or maybe the brain is sabotaging us this entire time.
Whoa.
All right, what do we got? Sight, hearing, taste, touch, smell, ESP. No. We have sight and hearing. Taste, touch, smell. Okay, so we don't have these because we as the player don't have those. That makes sense. We have sight, we see the video, we hear the video, we do not taste, touch, smell, or ESP the video. Paradox detected. Great, 20 seconds in. And that's our episode for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. We will save Markiplier in the next one. Have a good one. All right. In space! Space! Awesome. So exciting. This is great. I'm so excited. On a level... Loading the universe. Code. Maybe.
It looks like one of those things that you divide in half and then like flip.
Right, it does, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Or it's like wingdings. Alien wingdings. Ooh, okay. We're flipping through a bunch of different languages. Is this real language? I don't think this is. This must be an alien language. I'm not recognizing it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
The dots make it feel related to like a Middle Eastern, like an Arabic almost, where they use a lot of dots to emphasize. But yeah, this feels alien. This is just a font. This is a math font. Oh my gosh, there's so much. Okay. Yeah, these are all just fonts. Okay. Oh, there was actual, looked like there was, what was that, Japanese for a second there? Yeah, Japanese. Cool. Ooh, oh my gosh! There are so many frame perfect things, Matt! What am I supposed to do with this? This is that heist? What is that? Oh, this, okay. Jump scare with Mark. Okay, that's the detective. That's the detective from Who Killed? Or Wharf Stash. This is Chef. Old Mark making a return. There's Doreen again. I keep expecting there to be... I always wonder if there's going to be an Unus Annus reference. That's the alien from the last one. Okay, here we go. Window opening in space.
Oh, by the way, a huge fan!
Closing blast field.
Wait, so we're coming up on the Invincible 2, which is where all of In Space Part 1 happened. But we're on a different boat. We're on a boat. Yes, a space boat.
What an idiot! Boom, we're here. You like bratwurst? My uncle has bratwurst like a restaurant.
I do enjoy a good bratwurst, I will say. Bratwurst is great. Bratwurst?
I don't think I've ever eaten a bratwurst.
Get out of here!
Where do you
How have you
find-
never had a bratwurst?
Where are you finding bratwurst? Like, is there like a bratwurst restaurant?
I mean, like any large sausage.
Is a bratwurst? Like a kielbasa?
Yeah, like a kielbasa. I believe kielbasa and bratwurst. The Venn diagram of the two is so similar with each other that if you're having a kielbasa, you can say that you're having a bratwurst.
Okay.
And even like an oversized sausage.
I've had like a gumbo. Like an andouille.
An andouille sausage.
That's
sure.
not a bratwurst though.
That's not a bratwurst.
Okay.
No. That's a different no. Get out of here. I'm done talking with you for now. Go tell your bicameral mind to eat some sausage. Have you had kielbasa at least?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't keep track of the sausages that I...
You gotta have a sausage checklist, Matt.
Do you have like a diary entry?
Go, dear diary. Today I consumed a kielbasa. 'Twas good. Love, Matthew. I sign off on all my journal entries.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I was thinking maybe you and me, we could go grab a couple brewskis and pop out.
I just ignore the guy.
Welcome aboard the Invincible 2.
That's interesting. So we're on a different ship, but he's welcoming us to the Invincible 2. Very interesting.
Happy here. Took you long enough. Let me give you the grand tour before we embark. Right, George. My baby.
Okay. So I didn't know that this was coming. And it's cool to see it in action now. At one point when we were filming this, Mark did tell me that we're gonna phase between different universes all at the same time, and they're gonna glitch or merge together in some way. So that's cool. That's what we're seeing here. It's really cool to see this realized, because it was a lot of the same takes of the same scenes, but in different universes, so that way they could all be mixed together.
He always remembers its father.
First stop, the
Baby always remembers its father? So that's what, a reference to us creating this universe through the decisions of our actions, through the decisions of part 1? Does that have to do with greater Markiplier lore at all?
That to me reads as a weird throwaway line.
You think so?
I mean,
It's a weird thing to start off. If this is one of the first things that you're seeing, and it's they specifically emphasize father a bunch. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Here, let's see.
heart and soul. I've yet to meet a problem that can't be solved with explosives. And speaking of explosives,
Yeah. Okay. So we're flipping through a lot of the different endings and choices of part 1. Hey.
Do you think she had the right idea, Captain? Did she give up? Or did she move on?
See, so Doreen again. They keep
All a matter of perspective, I
They keep
suppose.
pulling in Doreen. I think we're totally right about Celine and Doreen. Even the names are... Actually, that's a Cell C, Celine, and Doreen. Celine, anyway. The names! They come together, Matt! It all comes together. Okay.
come on, Slowpoke.
Oh my gosh, there's so much. There's so much. I love the noir with everyone in their space outfits, but also wearing the trench coats and stuff. It's great. see me? Matt? See me? I was there. I was present. I existed. I existed for a moment. Yeah, there I am. Look at me. Boom! Speed run. Found myself. I remember this scene. They had to do this take like a bunch of times because it was like, now we're doing it in noir. Now we're doing it in, evil land. Now you're all dead. So that's great. Yeah, look at me. Look at how angry I look. Do you see how angry I am? That my universe has been threatened?
Did you get to keep any of the costume?
I wish.
I know.
I used to steal stuff from sets.
Yeah.
As like mementos.
Yeah, that hat would be coming home with me.
Yeah, right? Mm-hmm. But since it wasn't like, since I was just like a cameo bit on, I didn't want to do anything like more.
All that's left now is for you to say the word. Try not to get them too excited, Captain. I know how your speeches can get people
Great,
riled
okay.
up.
Old Man Mark! That's like Old Man Mark doing his head now.
Why does it seem familiar?
This is probably nothing, but again, like, as I look at this, right, so here's Old Man Mark getting sucked into this wormhole. It's very reminiscent of Damien, where Damien, actor Mark is the evil one. Actor Mark is standing in front of this like cracked glass wall, which is basically serving as this portal, it seems like, between the afterlife or this nebulous dimension that Darkiplier exists in, and reality. And so Actor Mark is standing in front of this like swirling blue ice wall, it feels like, in the setting of Damien in the Markiplier universe, that eventually cracks, opens up, which allows Damien to cross through, assume the role of Darkiplier, and continue this antagonistic relationship with Actor Mark, which seems like a reference here. So, or I could just be reading too much into it because I do.
And so, our intrepid captain falls headlong into the spiraling chaos of dimensional calamity.
Nice.
Heralding the beginning of the end. My goodness.
And a Markiplier.
What an adventure. I swear, this story never ceases to amaze me. By the way, it's good to see you again. Or for the first time, depending on your past choices. Either way, I'm sure we'll meet again for the first time in the very near future and/or somewhat distant past.
Hilarious.
Should this not prove to be the end of all reality, which it almost certainly is, it would be my great pleasure to guide you through my own universe, should the opportunity arise. Which doesn't seem likely to happen at this juncture, but when thinking in infinites, unlikely is
We're
just
surfing through this
certainty,
tube for a while.
waiting for its turn.
Just through the tube. Wait. What's with my hands? I know that Mark always covers the hands up so that way, the camera person who we are is an everyman, right? It is a neutral figure on which we can project ourselves. Just odd to see a blue and a pink glove. Just odd. And showing general, like everything has opposite colors or whatever, but like it's just an odd, like, why would I be wearing gloves like that? To me, it's just like a choice to cover it up.
What's wrong, Sport?
Father and son.
Bless my stars. Was it the nightmare about the spaceship again? That one just keeps coming back, doesn't it?
Huh.
Well, I know just the thing that's gonna cure that.
Oh man, isn't this a dad that's gonna make you feel comforted at night? Coming in.
What's the fanny pack for?
What is the fanny pack for?
Wearing a fanny pack around your own house.
You always could use a fanny pack. Fanny pack is always a good decision. Matt.
He's got some ibuprofen in there.
Yeah, right?
Band-Aids.
Any number of medical implements. Or, spare change.
Oh, yeah.
Fanny packs are great for spare change. It doesn't weigh down your pockets.
Yeah. Some hard candy.
Yeah.
A
Or
fun
soft
dip.
candy, chewy candy, gummy candy. Who knows?
Another story.
Maybe I wasn't sleeping because my light was on the whole time, Daddy Markiplier. Maybe you should have turned off my light.
Well, let's see what we got here.
Ha! Here it is.
Maybe a little too grisly.
Who killed
Read that
Markiplier
one
thumbnail?
Too many times.
Ha,
Nah.
dead. Date with Markiplier. That's... Oh, that's Wharf Stash. Yeah, so he's... yep, there it is. So he's he's flipping through each of the different universes that are all connected here, right? You have Who Killed, where it all started. Date with Markiplier is the second one. Wilford Mother Lovin' Wharf Stash, which is the thumbnail that he's pulling down now.
I'm not in the mood.
What's that? Is that Damien? It's hard to tell what that is. I don't recognize it. Oh no, that is Damien. Yeah, oh yeah. It's the Damien because it's his dark hair and like the white outline because he's in this like frosty, icy environment. So yeah, that's Damien. So it's all of these connected as a part of this greater story.
Not in the mood. Not today.
Markiplier TV. I don't remember. Have I? I might need to revisit that one.
Why don't you decide, huh?
What's that? I don't remember.
You could
that.
read a nice romance story. That'd be fun. Or a horror story. I know how much you love scary stories, but it might give you a few more nightmares, so you could go romance. It'll be a little silly and more than a little sappy, but it might be just the thing to kick you right back to sleep. Well, whatever you choose, I can guarantee it's gonna come with a big ol' hug, free of charge.
Oh, what a great dad. I want a big ol' hug. I'm gonna go romance. I'm gonna go romance just because I think that everyone is gonna choose horror. Like, knowing Mark's channel, knowing what works online, horror, I'd love to see the statistics of this at some point. Mark must have really fascinating. I don't know if he's gone back into the data to watch what choices people have made and whatever, but here, actually, we can even do that. 600,000 people have chosen romance versus...
Whatever you choose.
Oh, 639. Wow, it is so much more even than I thought.
Big ol' hug.
Wow, I thought for sure. What that tells me, though, I think, is that it's just people re-going back and just choosing both. That is so even.
Oh, all right. Probably for the best. We don't want you getting any more nightmares now, do we?
Oh, no!
We haven't had Skywater for a spell. Oh, and speaking of which, it's been at least an hour since you last hydrated, so be sure
Stay
to
in the
drink
water,
up, champ.
man.
Okay.
There it is. That
Romance.
answers what was in his fanny
I've
pack.
never read this one
loose
myself.
cup of water.
Yep.
Not really one for romance. Or at least that's what your mother used to say. Right before the divorce. But that's not important right now.
Oh, this is getting real.
Okay. So, the story begins.
Oh, an evening with Markiplier. So it's like Date with Markiplier. Yeah.
Bonjour. I got you something. Roses. So good to see you again. I can't wait for our second date.
Ah, the sequel to Date with Markiplier. Nice, cool.
I know that our first one got a little away from us, but this one will be so much better.
This is cool.
We could go see a movie or ride roller coasters.
This is not a choice. Yeah, I was gonna say it's too early in the video.
Pretty much whatever you want. Did someone order a large pizza?
Markiplier's Pizzeria, okay.
Extra pepperoni. I've got tonight.
Wait, the choices.
Extra.
I've got a big tip for, oh no. Sorry, wrong house.
Pepperoni. I've got tonight all planned out. We can go to the carnival and share cotton candy and maybe even hold hands. I hear your plumbing's clogged. Mind if I, inspect your pipe?
Whoa. Who's making references now? Who's talking about glorious holes at this point? You were just on theme. You just knew what was coming.
Get this adorable puppy from a burning tree just this morning. Now we're best friends. I'm writing you a prescription that you're gonna need to take several times a day. It's my kitty! Wink. And I adore.
Wait, was that Tiny Box Temple?
It's my kitty!
There's so many, like, mini references throughout this whole thing.
And I adore.
Yeah.
You drink? Ready to get wet? Bonjour.
This is Mark's acting reel presented to us, right? He's like, hey, cast me in other projects that I don't have to produce. Here it is. Here's all the characters that I do.
He's going for a pretty specific project, it seems like.
You know, it is one of the biggest industries. So, YouTube. There's other tubes and other hubs.
Oh my god.
There's other hubs that are looking for content. I'm just saying. There are plenty of other platforms in the sea that unique set of skills might be relevant.
Wait for a second, Dave. Extra half around.
Right? In a day and age where YouTube is poaching all the streamers from Twitch and paying them big bucks to come on over, maybe other platforms with very specific content styles are poaching YouTubers to bring them over there.
You gotta pay your bills.
Gotta pay the bills. I'm sure there's some good money to be had. Hey!
How many times
Cookie!
do I gotta tell you to stay out of my kitchen?
Wow, he is fast. He chest bumped us and then he's right there. Oh
You
no.
need to keep your knife clean. You never know when you're gonna need it.
True, knives, very important kitchen utensils. Great transition. Oh,
Hey,
jeez.
watch it! We wouldn't want to have an accident now, would we? Thank you, dog.
Wow.
You sure is pretty.
This is cool.
Anytime.
This is really good.
Sugar.
Look at that deep fake technology. Face on the server. Oh wait, shoot. We should look at, okay. Wharf Stash Deluxe, Markiplier Special, Rex Tail Taco, Chili Chica Dog, Sangeli, and that's got to be a reference that a lot of these are going to be references that I don't get. Klingon Casserole, Fried Polipka, Po' Boy, Ant Lion, Caesar Salad, Groot Salad, Navi Slaw, mashed, okay, yeah, fried Jawa. So it's like a variety of like other pop culture things mixed in, and I'm assuming some of these are just references to jokes that he's made on the channel in the past, I would think. That's cool. There's a lot in here, man. Third time's the charm.
Ooh, would you look at that? Seems like just this morning.
So there's a code right there, and that's in the language that the In Space with Markiplier was flashing through. So one of these things, if we're doing a theory on this, is we'll have to screenshot that, apply it to the In Space with Markiplier title card, try to dissect it, try to decode it. We'll see.
Morning, there was a stabbing!
Oh!
Sorry, old habits. Oh, please be careful. That is my real hand.
So in my initial playthrough, I didn't meet Old Mark at all, the one that we did here on GT Live. But in researching for our In Space with Markiplier theory, where we predicted what's going to happen here, obviously Old Man Mark is really important. The theory goes that he is actor Mark, pretending to be the hero. This is his epic role, and he's fighting against us as Darkiplier this whole time. So now I know. But had I just played through it once, I wouldn't have known any of that. So.
Or is it? Yeah, okay, all right, okay, it is. Oh, please, can I have that? Thank you. Ooh, strong grip, Captain. Just like I remember. And, yeah, it's good to see you. Yeah, I guess I owe you an apology. I was wrong. I was wrong about a lot of things.
Sorry, another stabbing crime occurs. Galaxy Sector. Okay, so that's nothing.
I give up hope in you and all of this. If I hadn't gone back, or if I hadn't tried to stab you,
Oops! Dropped my knife.
That was impressive.
Sorry about that.
It's an impressive knife drop.
Eh?
Nothing like a large wad of ginger. What was that?
I'm tired, Captain. I'm very tired. I've been trying for so long to fix things.
I destroyed the universe, and all I got was this stupid mug. Okay.
I don't think I fixed anything at all, actually. Worse yet, I think I'm the one that caused all of this.
Are you all enjoying your dinner? Is there anything I can do to make it better?
All right. Thank
For what
you.
it's
No,
worth.
I'm all good. You'll get your tip. Thank you.
You were an excellent captain. You never gave up on your crew. Not even once. I wish I could have done the same for you. It all seems so crazy now. Maybe if I had gone back to the right time.
Huh.
Maybe if I hadn't sabotaged this ship.
That would help.
Maybe if I didn't go back in the first place, I could. If I didn't go back. If I didn't go back! Captain! If I didn't go back! Oh, there's something you have to tell me. Well, not me right now. The other me, the younger me. You have to find me and...
Now, who's gonna pay for this?
All right. There you go. Just your usual. Find a wormhole. Find the wormhole in the middle of your bill at the end of your meal. Okay. Left or right? There's always... I've already picked left with romance. You always pick right. I think I go to get out of a maze. Let's go left. I feel like left choices are going to be the less popular choices because everyone's going to I don't know. My impulse is always like choose right, choose right, choose right. So I think I want to go left in order to subvert what I would expect the path to be.
Software update complete.
Okay, so we're back on the ship. So we're restarting the loop again.
Years into our journey. Coffee is en route. Current ship status is absolutely catastrophic.
Okay, so we're back to where we started.
Initializing emergency wakey
We're gonna be
protocol.
ejected. Yeah, okay. This was like loop 2 or 3. Oh, problem. Ah! Yeah! Oh man, look at that handsome guy right there. Oh, nailed it! Of course, by subverting my own expectations around how I think the story is supposed to go, I find myself. Yeah!
That was a jump scare.
What, me reacting to myself?
No,
or
you
me
popping out of the thing.
I am the scariest of jump scares. I've had years of practice, Matt. Yes! Oh, this is gonna be so cringe. Are you ready to cringe?
Ready.
Okay, ready here. Let's see this amazing jump scare entrance again. The best In Space with Markiplier Part 2, best thing to ever air on YouTube right now. Can't believe I just watched that. Problem, Captain! Yeah! MatPat right here. Computer, damage report.
Meteorite impacted life support. Fire detected. Systems failing.
Whoa, hold on there, Captain. No need to be so hasty. Got this under control. Computer, reroute power to auxiliary life support. Activate fire suppression system.
Collision course with ship. Brace for impact.
Oh, look at that death stare. This looks great. I haven't seen any of this. This is amazing. Yes.
Current ship status is nominal.
Stand back, Captain. We've trained for this. Judy, cryo. Kai, life support. Roderick, check that navigation. Make sure the blast didn't throw us off course. Gabriel, reactor. Make sure nothing back there is in danger of going kabalooey. Look at how efficient I am. And Captain, I think it's time we have a little talk. This way. I get the sense that you're not a real hands-on sort of captain, so why don't you just take a break? You know, relax. Let's be honest with ourselves. It's not like you're gonna be able to help anyway. You just got on board the ship, you're learning all the systems. Leave everything to me. That way you don't get in the way. Trust me, nothing's gonna bring down this ship when I'm in charge, and that is a Mac guarantee. I wonder which one of these is the captain. What do you say, Captain? All you have to do is make one choice. Awesome. Brilliant. Oh, top tier. Wonderful. Wonderful. Look at that Mac. He's so good at everything he does.
Yeah.
You almost hate him.
That's a guy who knows how to take charge.
As a guy who knows how to take, he's so smart.
Yeah.
Forget that Mark in Space with Markiplier guy. Bah! It's the sound I make towards that. In Space with Max, where it's at. He's gonna lead us to success. What do you think? Do you trust him? Great job, Mac. You're not Mark.
Yeah, I think we tell him good job.
Yeah, I think we do too. I think he's a great guy. I think he's an amazing job. That's awesome. It looks so good. I haven't seen any of this footage. I'm so excited. It looks amazing.
Don't touch me.
Yes, they give this. Oh, good.
Now just go.
We did a bunch of choices with how to do that. That's awesome.
Whatever it is that captains do, I'm in control now.
And taken care of you were.
Oh, I'm so evil. It's great. Wow. Don't you just want to punch me?
You do have a really good evil laugh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I practiced it as a kid, actually. I always thought evil characters were really fun.
Yeah.
So as a kid, I just really wanted a very good evil laugh.
It paid off.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right? This is it. This is my chance to show it off. I don't get to use it too often. So if there's a chance for me to insert it in there.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is. And then you do the good build.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well, the ship anyway. Not you, of course. You were the captain, after all. And any calamity that befell the ship could rightfully be blamed on your poor leadership skills. But Mac didn't blame you. No, Mac was better than that. He was better at everything. He was the perfect partner to establish a thriving colony for the advancement, and he did blame you, after all. Which is only fair, as it was all your fault. Still fought for you to stay on as his personal assistant despite your many, many failings as a leader. As his underling, you thrived, helping to build the colony into a glorious beacon of hope, if only in your own incompetent way.
Hey, that's the sign of a good leader, man. Knowing the strengths of your team and also the limitations of your team, and making sure that they're finding roles that are appropriate for them. I think Mac's doing great. Look at what he was able to build, Matt. Look at what that guy was able to create when he was put in charge, when people just listened to everything that he told them to do.
I don't think this is a good look for you.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, no.
I don't know. Space Czar? Not really your vibe.
Space Czar? That's where I was born to be. And also, why are you saying me? It's Mac.
Oh.
No, Mac.
No, yeah.
Not Mark, Mac.
Mac.
Yes, MatPat. Subtle difference. Subtle nuance. This was a stretch for me as a character, I gotta say. Know-it-all, who's kind of pretentious, big ego. Whew, rough, you know.
You really dug deep.
I did. It was rough, man. Control freak. It was a stretch compared to my laissez-faire attitude in day-to-day life.
You were sentenced to eternal servitude to make amends for your heinous crimes. A mercy, according to Mac. He develops incredible new technologies that prolong your life and ensure your service towards the colony, his colony, will never end. A permanent example for the other colonists to look towards should they ever step out of line of the
I love the fact that this is like total game theory style editing.
Magnificent designs of their glorious leader, Mac. Eternal may he reign has judged your many, many crimes, and in his infinite mercy has granted you the honor of death by firing squad. The event of which will be broadcast live to the colony, so that all may know the penalty that awaits those who would act against the colony of man. This brought great joy to the colonists, who still remember the countless deaths that were a direct result of your actions as captain.
Wow. Wow. Well then, there you go. There you go. Wait, hold on. I want to see the other one, because I know what happens with the other one. Obviously, because it's all Mark VO, I had briefly read over what he says after that, like, because they needed me to do poses and they told me like do X, Y, and Z. But it's that I had forgotten that it goes off the rails like that. That's funny. So I knew that. I also know what happens here. I'm excited to see how this actually turned out. So I'm going back. I know it's breaking like protocol for like the choose your own adventure stuff, but I think this is going to be interesting.
What did you say? That's not my name. I'm not. Of course, I'm not. What did you say? Mark? Mark? Who's that? What did you do? Why would you say that name? No! What did you do? This is usually... Warning. You do not choose whether this is mine!
That's cool. That turned out so well. Oh, that's so good.
Goodbye.
Oh, that turned out so cool. Oh, that was amazing. During all, they're like, just go crazy.
Does that raw footage exist anywhere?
I might hit up Mark.
I would like to see it.
To see it, because it was, I lost it.
Yeah.
Like, I got so into it, I almost passed out at a certain point. And I think I spat all over the camera because it's you don't get the sense of the continuity because it's like 10 different takes all fused together, right? But like at one point, I'm like halfway across the room and I like just charge at the camera and almost like tackle it and I'm like shaking it. Oh yeah. Yeah. And I'm like spitting into it like.
It looks like they let you stew.
Oh, they let me
cook.
go.
Yeah.
And I went. You know, it's like, what was it? It's Your Movies Suck did a recent video like starting to take down everything that's wrong with Lion King 2019. Great channel. It's an amazing video, longer than the actual movie, taking down all the bad decisions that went into this and why they fundamentally missed the point of what the Lion King is all about. But in it, he makes a point about some of the actors losing themselves or being willing to like make themselves look stupid in order to like get the take right or whatever. And with moments like that, I love those sorts of opportunities to just like lose my mind. Yeah. Like unhinged characters work really well for me because I think deep down I'm unhinged. And so it's my chance to like tap into that and be like, oh, there it is. That
also...
that facade, that like carefully crafted, like put it all together, make sure everything's working. Let it just crumble.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Sounds therapeutic.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
You're
It's
often
great.
not given the space to act insane.
Right, to actually have an open forum of like losing your mind. Because as adults, you don't get a chance to like really break down. Yeah. Like that sort of thing. It's fun. So I relish every opportunity that I get to be a character that flips the F out.
That spits on the camera.
That spits on the camera and charges it. Shut up! Lose it already! Stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, you can just tap into that.
Yeah, kind of the Nicolas Cage effect.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's very Nicolas Cage. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. See, he does that. When I see Nicolas Cage, I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a guy who gets it.
I get that, right? Everyone's like, oh, that Nicolas Cage. I'm like, that's acting. Yeah. That's the sort of acting I do. That's me. I see you, Nick Cage. What is it? Massive.
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
That's it. Thank you. Yeah, it's such a complicated title. I always mess it up. But I'm like, yeah, feel that. Nice. Hey, I found myself. So I know that that's the scene. And outside of other cameos, there's one other thing that we did. It was not on set when we were filming it, but I know it's here somewhere. Like, I'm assuming we put in the work for it. The editors went back and forth for it. It's in here somewhere. How are we doing time-wise? Can I make a couple more choices? I know I've been slow with this one.
You know, you look like you're having fun, and I don't want to stop you.
Okay.
We are at about an hour.
Okay, let's do like maybe 2-3 more choices. Okay. And you can cut me off.
Okay.
Okay. On your left! Okay. So this is we broke Mac apart.
Please evacuate this station immediately.
Okay, so we've broken our little like transponder thing. The crystal, and we didn't talk about this last time, but the crystal very clearly is related to Heist with Markiplier. The blue crystal in the box that the whole Heist with Markiplier is built around. We didn't talk about that. I didn't really mention it in the theory either because it hasn't really played a role into the wider lore elements. But I do want to call out the fact that like I see that it's a thing. I think you are right on the subreddit to call it out. Absolutely, there's a connection point there. As far as what it means or kind of like what the greater purpose of it is, not 100% sure yet. outside of what we've already seen it do in Space One.
Universal stability compromised. This is not a drill. Please evacuate this station immediately. I repeat. Universal stability
This is cool. Nope. Nope. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm sorry, I didn't think anyone was still here. Thought everyone was lost. Trying to, stem the tides.
I will say, smart strategic decision, hiding behind the wall when dealing with someone with a gun. Just saying. I think that's, I don't think that's a conscious choice. I'm sure they're probably hiding something on the other side of that wall, but I will say, when you're talking to someone with a gun, just having a wall to duck behind, useful.
Wait. Oh my god. You're here. You. We've been looking everywhere for you, for your ship. And it was gone. In every universe. Lost. So how are you here? How?
Guess as good as mine. Made random choices. Flipped a coin a couple times.
This thing?
Chaos.
This? You used that, didn't you? Who gave it to you? And also, give it to me.
And also, by the way, mine.
Please. Or I will shoot. Look, if you give it to me, I swear, I promise I can fix everything.
Potential paradox detected.
I am begging you.
Please avoid.
We can still fix this. Look,
Safety limit exceeded.
This is intentional. No,
Initiating emergency abort.
Again, please.
So the paradox there, what would the paradox have been there? Us losing the crystal? I need to dig more into what is causing the warnings of the paradox. Because for a while I thought it was this paradox of like Doreen and Celsi being in the same place at the same time, right? Or not Celsi, Doreen and like Celine, some embodiment of Celine being there at the same time, because you have old Celine and young Celine being in the same place, and that is the paradox, right? And you have like actor Mark and like young actor Mark being in the same place at the same time. Those are the paradoxes. Why would there be a warning of a paradox there? I'm not sure. I need to think about that one.
Why do you want to destroy everything?
It seems more tied to what you see. Oh no, she took our thing. Oh, but nope, embedded in my hand. Oh, it's in our palm now. Got the power in the palm of my hand. So this, I think, is what we saw at the top. So when I was doing the frame by frame looks, we saw a Mark who was dressed like this attacking the camera. I was just looking if there was anything in the reflection of the picture. Wow. I think we let him cry. It's okay to cry, Mark. Oh, why are you so sad? The streamer, Mark? I need a hug. Sometimes you just need a hug from, you know, the random space captain that appeared in your bathroom. Totally a normal thing. Great lighting. Keep talking and nobody explodes. Oh, cool. That's so
Take
fun.
a look at that, rookie. That is a beauty of a bomb. All right, no time to waste. Yeah, perfect. All right, must be pretty exciting though, right? All those years spent training and all that hard work is finally gonna pay off.
I know how to defuse a bomb. Our YouTube original did the exact same thing, so I know this is gonna work. We can do this.
Did you really learn how to defuse a bomb?
I did.
Is there like a method?
I mean, there's definitely best practices.
Yeah.
As far as
Red wire, blue wire.
what to do.
Mhm.
And it's stuff that you wouldn't even consider, right? Like the movies train you into like red wire, blue wire, blah blah blah. It's stuff like don't trust the timer. Where like, why if I'm trying to blow something up, why would I tell you when it's gonna blow up?
Yeah.
Like my job as the bomb maker or whatever is to trick you into thinking that you're safe when you're not, right? So having something that's gonna explode when you don't expect it, or disguising bombs as things that aren't, right? Like another thing that we learned in it was one of the craziest stories that they had was like there was a cone, traffic cone, and a flower in top. And like everyone's like, what is this thing? This is weird and suspicious. But if you like pull the flower, it blows out. Like it was a completely deceptive sort of thing.
Really scary.
Yep. The talking to the professionals, the stories that they have are wild. And that's even, that's stuff that like I can say, like some of the stuff they're like, hey, don't talk about this. Cause like it's this knowledge, it's the knowledge that they have that they don't want other people to know, because if someone who is up to nefarious purposes or whatever knows that they know it, then they won't fall into those traps, kind of like that sort of stuff. It's wild.
Dang.
Yeah, it's really fascinating. Like being able to talk to professionals in these fields that you see a lot in pop culture is so insightful, because you would never think through these, like pop culture frames it in one way so specifically, and it's like, nope, so vastly different from that. Here, let's keep going.
And I know how much you've been looking forward to your first bomb, so I'm gonna let you take the lead on this one. No backseat bomb diffusing from this guy. I'm not even gonna say a peep. I'm just gonna sit back, shut up, and let the master work.
Sure. Neither of these. Both of these are really busted. There it is.
Yeah.
Getting nervous. Here you go. All right, this will be our last choice. We'll see where it leads us. If not, we can always like continue this later. I feel like that was a bad decision.
Well, I can't go back. Why would you say I can't go back? Don't say such silly things. There's a bomb, Cap. Captain?
Oh! We tapped into him. We reached him. Oh, geez. Lore hallway. Number of time loops, presumably. Just okay, it's a lot of loops. What's in the center? Oh, love Chica. The bottom of the wormhole. Okay, so we gotta get down. Is this a candle? Oh. Current ship status. Not great. Okay. I'll have to go through and see if I can see if there's anything interesting on these papers.
Miss? Who's breathing? Who's breathing? There's not enough air for all of us! Give it back!
Oh, this is how long he's been living here? Maybe? Oh, yeah.
Captain?
You gotta separate the bones from the meat. Looks like my character.
You're not here. You've never woken up here before. You were always gone.
Okay.
I tried. I tried to keep alive, Captain. And I go, and I come back. And there's still problems, and I go, and I come back, and I go, and I come back, and I always come back!
Like a prime universe. Kind of like the hub.
This time.
Where everything's going back to.
Captain, what's in your hand?
Oh, it's the gem.
Where did you get that crystal? You didn't shut it down, did you? Was she right about you? We trusted you! I trusted you, Captain! Captain!
That's interesting. You didn't shut it down. We trusted you. She trusted you. Again, like the she is, it keeps going back to like the Doreens of the world, right? That's really... So we are... You didn't shut it down. She trusted you. Is it actor mark? I think we're... I'm so convinced that we're right. Like, I feel really good about the evidence that we put together for this. But that went in an unexpected way.
You helped those monsters, which means that you are just as responsible for what's going on.
I didn't have anything to do with that.
Come on. You're the most notorious wormhole bandit in the galaxy. You gave them this, yes? Then you can tell me where they are.
Even if I did have anything to do with that, I didn't break any laws, so you can't even do anything about it. In fact, I think...
Whoa.
Do you understand what is going on out there? Do you understand what's at stake? People are dying because of this. So there's nothing, and I mean nothing, that I won't do to save the universe. So tell me where they are.
Okay. All right. So I think that's a good cliffhanger to leave it on at this point. Like, we feel like we're at either like towards the back half of where we're headed. I also know that there's still me hidden in here somewhere. So what I would tell you is over the next couple days, go out, support Markiplier, watch all the different routes and branching pathways of this, come up with your own theories, and see if you can find my cameo, as well as I think like Rosanna Pansino's maybe hidden in here somewhere. Some other YouTube friends of mine might be hidden in here. So dig around, see what you can find. And I will be back to finish my story, maybe speed run my way, try to find my way to the other thing that we did for this project. But that'll be in a couple days. In the meantime, though, just in general, this is such an incredible project. So to Markiplier, huge congratulations to you for completing what is a massive undertaking. And again, like, you guys probably see it, and I think you understand, but to reiterate, like, look at all the people who are on set. Look at all how massive and complicated these costumes are, the sets, the lights, like, all of it is huge for, you know, these dozens of 3 to 5 to 10 minute videos. It's incredible. It's unbelievable to see a project of this amount of care and attention and thought and writing all coming together like this. It's phenomenal. So give Markiplier all the love in the world. Go support him in this project, because you love to see this sort of thing happen from independent creators here on YouTube. And I will see you in a couple days when we're back to complete and hopefully save, or who knows, wind up killing Markiplier. So in the meantime, my friends, thank you all so much for watching. And as always, remember, it wasn't a live stream, but it was a video for you. See ya!